Who was Anne Frank? This is, you guys can take notes. Chapter 3, Another World War. Okay, so we know a little bit about this already because we learned about the Holocaust. So we're going to learn some new information. After Hitler invaded Poland in September of 1939, England and France declared war. This was the start of World War II. Italy sided with Germany for the time being. The United States, an ocean away, stayed out of conflict. As for the little country of the Netherlands, they remained neutral. They were equal. They didn't take sides. That meant it did not take sides. The Dutch hoped that this would help take Hitler's army away. Pictures. At night, over coffee and cake, the Franks and the Jewish families in Amsterdam talked about the war. Their dream was that Hitler would be defeated. Then they would all return to Germany. On the radio, they listened to the latest news, but they never discussed their fears about the future in front of the children. The Franks went about their daily lives. They took family trips. One summer vacation was spent seaside in Belgium. One spring, they toured the canals of the Netherlands in a houseboat. That sounds delightful. The first month in 1940, the first months were bitterly cold. Anne did not mind. The canals remained frozen for much longer than usual. She and her friends spent many hours ice skating. She was 10. She was 10 and a half now and longed for real figure skates. That way she could do jumps and other tricks on the ice. All she had were Margot's old ice skates. They were just blades that attached to Anne's shoes with a key. Her parents had no time to think about ice skates. They were worried about an attack on the Netherlands. There were many warnings about the Germans invading, but time and again the warnings proved to be false alarms. Late that spring, the weather turned warm and sunny, and suddenly everyone's worst fear had come true. On May 10th, 1940, Germany invaded. Hitler had only been waiting for warmer weather to send his planes. Oh, you can't see me pointing. Sorry. To send his planes. The morning of the attack, bombs dropped on Amsterdam. They dropped from the sky. Amsterdam shook as if it was a big earthquake. Look, there are the planes bombing. 2 days later, more bombs fell on Amsterdam. The airport was on fire, so was the harbor, but Amsterdam was lucky. Another city, Rotterdam, had been destroyed. Thousands of people died. Oh, no. The Queen of the Netherlands, look, the Queen, she escaped to England. That's where she remained until the war was over. She stayed in touch with her people through radio broadcasts. The Queen told everyone, stay calm. But there was no telephone service. There were no buses or trains running. People began to panic. They were scared. They were scared of running out of food. They bought out grocery stores. Soon the shelves were bare. Does that sound familiar? Air-raid alarms warning of more bombs sounded throughout the day. The people of the Netherlands were prisoners in their own country. Some Jews in the Netherlands tried to leave the country by ferry, but few people got out. The Franks did not even try to escape. They had no car, and Anne's grandmother was old and very sick. She could not travel. Anne's parents had fled to Amsterdam to escape the Germans, but now the Germans had come to Amsterdam. Oh, dang. There were no place for Anne's family to run. The only other choice was for them to hide. Okay, we're going to learn about the resistance, which is here. The resistance. Bands of Jewish fighters did what they could to stop the Nazis. These underground, look, here's the street, and they're going through a tunnel going under the ground. Fighters were called resistance fighters. Often they were helped by non-Jews. The most famous uprising was in Warsaw, Poland during World War II. The Jewish people in many cities were forced to live in separate neighborhoods called ghettos. The largest ghetto was in Warsaw. By 1943, the Jews in the Warsaw Ghetto realized that being sent to a concentration camp was a death sentence. They also knew that there was no hope in defeating the Nazis. They had hardly any weapons, and they were trapped inside the ghetto. Yet they chose to fight anyway, and they managed to hold out against the enemy for almost a month. Of the 60,000 people living there, 7,000 died in the uprising. Of those who remained, 50,000 were captured and sent to concentration camps. Today, there are memorials to the heroes of the Warsaw Ghetto in cities all over Europe and in the United States. All right. So let's talk about it. What did we learn? That Hitler invaded Poland September 1939. In May 1940, who sent his army over? Or his planes? What's his name? Adolf Hitler sent his planes to invade Amsterdam, and they dropped bomb, and it shook the ground, right? And the Queen of the Netherlands escaped. Where did she go? England. And everybody was scared, so they bought everything. Were the grocery stores full or bare? Bare. There was nothing left because they were scared. Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah.
Yes. The fighters, the Jewish fighters, were going underground because they were fighting the Nazis. Did they win? No, but they fought for a whole month. So was that good or bad? Is it good that they fought? Yeah, they were saying, no, thank you. We're not taking this. You can't keep doing this to us. So they fought back. Even though they didn't win, it was good that they fought. Yes? Yeah? Yeah, they went underground. They built tunnels so that they couldn't be seen. All right, guys. See you later. Guys, say bye.
See you later. I love. Bye.
I love so much.